Okay. Well, good morning, Rhonda and Carlesa. Seems like we are waiting for other people, but I'm glad we are here. I just want to honor your time because, it's so important for us always to put the time for this meeting. In my experience and from my perspective, this is an investment for us. You know, we have money in the bank, we do all the business, but this network, it's part of our wealth. So it's people do business with people. People recommend people, refer people. So this is so important. And sometimes I say, well, if we talk about what we do, if what client we're looking for, maybe the people that we are talking at that time they don't know, but they will take that information, and we don't know. It just people we go and we meet people. So this is an investment for us. So thank you so much for showing up. And what I was actually sharing with Cesar is sometimes in my experience, summers are low attendance, and as a lot of people start getting busy with traveling and kids and life. So, but I want us to do this meeting. I want to start by sharing with you a little bit about where this meeting come from. And before I do that, I want to just share with you that I arrived last night from Colombia after being there for like 5 weeks. So that's where I'm from. I'm from Bogota, Colombia, but I live in Denver, Colorado for the last 30 years. And these meetings actually start here in Colorado, like 8 years ago. So that's how that went. And I want to share with you also how we're gonna do this meeting. Regardless of how many people show up, maybe we just do a short meeting if not many people show up. But let me share with you what we're gonna do in this meeting and what is the protocol and what I'm trying to achieve with this meeting. We're gonna introduce ourselves. We're gonna share what we do. I think it's very important for us to be very specific about what are we looking for? What kind of referral we are looking for. The more we know, the better off we are in general. So if I say this is what I do, and this is exactly the kind of clients that I'm looking for, or this is the kind of business that I'm looking for. So let's try to be very specific about what is that we're looking for. What will be a good referral for us? Then at the end, we're gonna imagine if let's say what title we will give to our lives if somebody approach us to make a movie, you know So what will be the name of that movie based on the life experience that we have, not only in business, but as a whole? What will be that title that people will look and say, "Oh, I want to watch that movie." Okay? So let's go back again. We're gonna start by introducing ourselves. Share where we are is important because we are in different parts of the city, world, you know, um, different cities, different countries. So let's do that. Then let's share what we do, what kind of business we have, and we're gonna be very, very specific about what kind of lead will be good for us. And then we're gonna share what will be the title of our movie. Okay? So I just see Alma. Hello, Alma. Welcome. Nice to see you. And Anne. Hello, Anne. And then I see Venita Rose. And I love to see faces because I connect with beautiful faces. Hello, Benita. Nice to see you. And then I see Terril. Okay, I know. Terril, I don't know if you're there. I'd love to see your face. But we're going to start. So I'm going to start. My name is Maria Pannan. And as I shared before, I am from Bogota, Colombia, but I have been in Denver, Colorado for the last 30 years. And my field is education, business, and leadership. And I actually lead businesses to do more human approach. So I have a certification program, and um, we do this 5 weeks certification for human approach and leadership. So you can actually see the Leadership Institute. That's I've been doing. I don't know how many years. 25 years I've been in education. I have a principal license, and I actually right now I'm back in school. I am doing my PhD. So yeah, I love learning. So I'm all about um, it's more like a scholar practitioner. I always say, what do we know and what are we doing with that? That's kind of my philosophy. What do we know and what are you doing with that? So that's me, and I live that path. I try to really implement what I know. Um, a good client for me, a good lead for me is anybody who really want to sharpen the human side of leadership. Someone who really want to grow by connecting with people, by empowering people from the human side. That is my forte. And actually, the certification that we have is all about, human intelligence, human leadership. So, those anybody who want to empower their people, empower themselves, that's where we are in the institute. Now, a title for my movie. I would love that the title for my movie, when the people from Hollywood approach me, I would love to propose the title, A Colombian Woman Building Bridges. That kind of like that. Let's see, I will kind of see that. Um, yeah, a Colombian woman building bridges. Maybe I will say put something like around the world. I don't know, something like that. Okay, now I'm going to pass to Rhonda, and then Rhonda finish and pass to somebody else.
Thank you very much, Maria. I can really resonate a lot of what you said. Boy, my tongue is tired. A lot of what you said really resonates with me because I'm the American woman who's lived in Germany since 1983 and had her own business here since 88. I'm a global strategic communication guide. That means I've worked with people in person from more than 70 countries. And I help them communicate. Everybody thinks they know how to communicate, like everybody knows how to walk, but there are lots of facets of that we need to know about. And I talk about communicating across cultures with that word, meaning there are the differences we have here with global, like where are you from and what does your passport say and where are you living? That's the geographical part. That's the part that's very easy for people often to understand. The part that's sometimes more difficult is the organizational part. So why can't people in sales talk to engineers? They could be from the same country, use the same language, and they still don't understand each other. And so I make a combination of geographical and organizational. And my business is evolving as it has for all the time over the last 37 years. And we're now into making sure that co-creation is the most important thing in our business. And we are looking and using a hashtag called Made with NIHIAI, meaning natural intelligence, human intelligence, and artificial intelligence. And that's the way we're going now in our business, to combine all these three things and to get people to come together and work on the things that the world needs and that people want to innovate and do things. And it's much better if we do it together than if we do it alone. And I'm not looking for a specific person, but what I am offering, if everyone looks in the chat, I am putting in the link to the AI for Good Summit of the United Nations, which is taking place in July in Geneva, Switzerland. I will be there in person. If you go to this link, you can sign up to be there online for free if you'd like to join. It's for 4 days from the 8th to the 11th of July. And I will be there. And if you go to the exhibitors list and you see, oh, there is a person I would like to talk to, this company is doing something very interesting, please just write to me. I will put my link tree in the chat. And if you see something in there that you would like to find out about, or you would like to make a connection to one of the people at that stand, then you just send this to me. There's my link tree. It has all of my connections, LinkedIn, email, whatever you'd like. And I will then get back to you after the 15th to say, I met this person for you and the two of you could be connected. And that's my offer today and now until the 8th of July. So anytime you have anything and you'd like me to help you with that, that's the one thing. Being on the ground makes it easier. And I suppose my motto in my business, which nobody would understand as a movie title, but I would still love it anyway, is Whisperation in Action. When we're in a room like this, we share wisdom. We bring wisdom with us, or we're looking for a special kind of wisdom. And so we share wisdom first. Then we become inspired. We learn new things. We think of new opportunities for ourselves or for us as a group. And then we go out and put it into action. So I think as one of the mottos of my business, Whisperation in Action, that's what I would use for the title of my film. And Carlessa was the lady who joined right after me and is next to me on my screen. So I will pass on to Carlessa. Do I pronounce it correctly? Carlessa?
Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, Rhonda. Yes, I think that I just want to make a couple comments before we go to Carlesa. Very interesting. The three types of the natural intelligence, human intelligence, and artificial intelligence. Well, we'll like to learn. We'll talk about how you can perhaps talk a little bit more about that. One thing is one of the key elements for us as leaders is good listeners. So at the end of this meeting, let's go around and remember what is the title of our films. Okay, so just take notes and remember that Rhonda's movie title, Whisperation of Act in Action, and mine is a Colombian women building bridges. Okay, so just let's do that. Okay, it's so amazing how far we can go when we are good listeners. Okay, now we go to Carlesa. Thank you, and thank you, Rhonda.
You're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Carlessa Truxillo. I'm residing in Louisiana. For the many years I've traveled within the States because my father was in the military. And so I got exposure to different cultures and beginning to meet different people. I've been in the oil and gas field sector and semiconductor field within the last 13 years. I'm a consultant for an oil and gas company in Houston, and I help them to get export licenses through BIS. I love what I do. I'm a trade compliance nerd. I love to go into companies to see how they're operating, and then I like to see what's the supply chain disruptions and how to mitigate risk. And then I also try to see how I can save companies money. So that's my passion. And my movie would be The Empowering Woman and Future Generations.
Oh, I can even see a book on that. I'm writing it down. Uh, I love this. I love that. It's amazing what we say, how that become a shape. So that's beautiful. You wanna call someone?
I would like to, let's see.
May I suggest Anne Marie, because she's written in the chat that she needs to leave early.
Let me see.
Oh,
Is that okay for you, Carlessa? I didn't know if you saw that in the chat.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much, guys. Yeah,
I'm
just a
comfortable.
client had to change her appointment at short notice due to a family bereavement. So I'm Anne Marie. I live in Dublin in Ireland, and I work as a business coach and mentor with businesses in the healthcare and medical field. So my own background is nursing, and I had a healthcare business which I sold in 2015. And since 2019, then have been coaching and mentoring in that space. So two areas of passion for me are helping business owners select and recruit the right people and enable them to perform. So through their self-leadership and their team leadership, but also a massive thing for healthcare professionals is they put everybody's needs before their own. So there is a very high rate of burnout, and I want to help organizations avoid that burnout pitfall, having gone through burnout myself the year I sold my business. So I typically work, I predominantly work in Ireland and the UK at the moment. I'm new to Global Chamber. This is my very first event. I only joined last week. Um, and it's really just to get to know people in other countries and, be able to use your knowledge and your expertise and any advice that I can have as I kind of develop the business on a more international front. So my movie would be called um, Passion, Purpose, and Fulfilling Potential. That's
Yeah.
what I'd love my movie to be called. So
Perfect.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Annie. Mary, do you want to call someone?
Sorry, yeah, I will call Alma.
Good day, everyone, because I know everybody is in different places. My name is Alma Fuentes, and I live in Scottsdale, Arizona. I am from Mexico, born and raised in Mexico, and this year I've been here in the US for 20 years. So it's been a long time. All of my career has been in logistics and supply chain, and I think what I love the most about it is that I solve problems. And that with that comes being resourceful. And over the years, I've learned that that has helped me solve a lot of problems, trying to find those strategic solutions for customers. And I really love what I do. So in this year, I started my own consulting business, and I just want to find customers that have those issues where they can save cost savings in where they if they need a new software. Recently, I worked for a couple of software companies, so I really enjoy just because when I started my career, we did everything on either Excel or by hand. And so for me now, having a software for everything is so exciting because you can do anything with software. And so if I can help companies within logistics and supply chain um, better their processes using Lean Six Sigma and new software, I think that's where I want to be. And my movie, I don't know. I've never thought about this. I've heard people talk about it. I don't know. I have to think about it more because I don't know if I would be like the problem solver takes the world or something to that effect. I don't know. I would have to think about it.
Okay, no worries. We're gonna come back to you before the meeting is over. Yeah, it's like okay, we think about all these titles of these movies, but they are based in a life stories, books and I don't know, but yes, I think this is a good opportunity. So we're gonna come back to you before you go to someone and call someone. I would like to actually, I see Rachel and Nima, Soraya. I see their names. I really love to see faces in this meeting because unless you cannot, like I saw one chat say that somebody cannot, and Mona actually, I believe she cannot, but I'd love to see uh, faces. So, okay, Alma, thank you so much for sharing. So remember that we are going to go back to you before the meeting
Come back to me.
with that title. So you're gonna call someone?
Benita Ross.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vanita Ross. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah. I work as a business advisor. I manage a program. It's an international program. It's the Executive Certificate for Global Business Management, where we train companies that are looking to expand abroad. So we offer as much new resources we could, and help them with resources locally and internationally. Oh my gosh, everybody who went before, we have so much in common because I love to help people. I love to see businesses work. Clients for me on for the class would be anybody who's looking at international business, if it's for professional development, or if they working with manufacturers, or they have resources to share. They can all take the class. It's online. So it's a hybrid class. So it's offer a lot of interaction, and you get to, there's some acquisition in it as well for different companies. My movie would be Navigating Change Gracefully, because there's a lot of that going on right now. So that's the most I can think of right now.
Well, I think that if you get that movie out right now with the climate of this country, you will get people that will be a sold out.
Thank you.
You're
I
gonna
originally am from the Caribbean, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
okay. You gonna call someone, Benita? You're gonna
Sorry, I'm mute. Naima.
yeah, thank you.
Naima Mieli. I think she's from Tanzania.
Hey Nima,
Hi.
go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Benita. My name is Neema Mleli. I'm from Tanzania. I'm passionate about women, empowering women and youth in the continent, especially in the entrepreneurship, and also one of the things that I am doing now. I'm actually organizing a conference in July 9th to 11th here in Tanzania, but we are going to have it virtually also. On the 10th, we are going to have a special breakout session for women, which I would like to, I've just sent the website link that you can look at it and see what will catch your eye and which sessions you'd love to attend. And I'll drop out my email and my contact so that you can contact me for anything that you'll need. And one of the things that actually that is among my passion, that's why I talked about it. I love to connect women and youth in a global stage. If I would have made a movie, I would call it Spice of the Continent. I support women in herbs and spices, and I would love them to show what herbs and spices are available in Africa and in Tanzania. As you know, that Zanzibar, which everybody knows, is called as Spice Island, and I think having that movie will really showcase what Tanzania is having. But also, if it's to give another movie, to be think global and act local, having that mindset for global and, acting local in my community. And this resonates well with what I do with the women and youth here. Thank you so much.
No, that's great, Nina. Love it. I can really see the spices. That's so interesting. I can, oh, that's so great. Did you gonna call someone? We have
Um,
Rachel and Mona.
I think I'll call Mona as she's also going to be among the speakers. So I'll call her to be next. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Neva. Thank you. I am so sorry that I am not able to be on camera because I'm getting ready to leave shortly. Good morning to all. Nice to see you, Rhonda, as always. By default, I am a managing broker of a real estate business boutique that focuses on international investors and or corporate portfolios. That's default, been there for 24 hours. But my passion is actually helping women become effective leaders, better communicators, and also successful entrepreneurs on global scale. I speak on cross-cultural communication, negotiation, and selling, and leading diverse teams. That's my passion, and hopefully we will be able to work together and changing life. The last 6 months of the year has been extremely hectic for me, extremely hectic that I am having a hard time finding time to do so many things. So hopefully it will get to a point where I can connect with each one of you to collaborate and work together. Thank you. Oh, and the movie, it would be Just Pivot. We are navigating this world that is filled with challenges, with wars, drama, and all of that. And we have not only deal with that, but we have to deal with our own lives, our work, our families, and we just have to keep going and pivot whatever obstacle we face. There's not much we can do about it. Just pivot and go with it with grace and hope and belief and positive thinking that it will all work out. Thank you.
Thank you. That's Pivot. I love that name. Okay, do you wanna call someone?
I don't
Have
see.
Tajana and we have Rachel.
Okay, you said Jana?
Tajana. I believe I'm pronouncing it well. I don't know. Sayana.
Okay, let's call her then.
Okay, this is Sayana. Yeah,
Diana.
Shaina.
Okay.
Right. So it's been a couple of months that I'm attending these meetings, and I should tell you that it really feels very invigorating to share space with some good people, and it's always nice to hear perspectives from across the globe. And that way, the growth has been very, very good. And I've connected with many people personally over LinkedIn, and it has been such a safe space to be. So I'm Shine. I work as a full-time HR lead with a company based out of India. And I also work as a POSH practitioner, which is prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. It's a law which is mandatory for all Indian companies in India. Which works on gender equality, which ensures that women have a safe space to perform their duties. And it requires people to implement the law. And so, as practitioner, I impart training on building strategies, on building policies, and the do's and don'ts, understanding the rights of women when they're working in these workplaces. And for men, who should not become unintended offenders? What are the nuanced approach that they can take to ensure that they're not falling into trouble when they don't intend to? And of course, to definitely keep at bay real troublemakers, real sexual perpetrators, and letting them know that this is something with which they will not go scot-free. The law is strong, and it is getting stronger with more emergence and more support from the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Supreme Court of the country. Apart from that, I am also a POXO practitioner, which is again another law which mandates all schools to put in place this law to ensure children are not sexually harassed. So that is another area in which I work, since I'm also a PG diploma in child psychology. So I work with children. I work on their reading skills. I work on giving counseling sessions to children as well, and to ensure that they are also raised as sensitized individuals. So yeah, I'm learning how are things in these same perspectives in various other parts of the world. How do other people view these things? How serious they are, and how are the challenges unique in case of India when it comes to these kinds of laws? So it's really nice to hear you all, and thank you again for ensuring the space. And I'm so sorry about the movie part. I really missed out. What is the exact exercise? If you can, someone can just help me jog through.
Absolutely. We are all great listeners who offered to explain what is the task with the movie title. Who can explain to Sayana what is about it? What are we doing here with the finding the title of the movie?
Diana, what we're doing is after we've said who we are and what we do and what we're passionate about, which you've done so well, we were asked by Maria to say if Hollywood came to you and wanted to make a film about your life, what would you say the title should be of that film?
Oh, okay. In Pursuit of Happiness, of course.
Okay. Thank you, Sayana. That was actually a really good, well-sold movie here in the United States with
Yeah.
Will Smith. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that movie. That was so good. So you
No,
got the
it's
title there.
yeah. All right, thank you, and apologies for missing that fun part out. Now it seems like more movie names coming in my mind, but anyway, I'll go with that for this time. Thanks.
You got a good one. It's all already, but she can be second round. Did you gonna call someone? We have Melanie. Melanie, I haven't seen you for a while. Nice to see you. And then we have Rachel. So go ahead, call one of either Rachel or Melanie. Sayana. I will call Rachel.
Hi, ladies. Thanks for getting me caught up on the movie assignment. I as well was for class today, so demerits to me. So I am the chair, the executive director for the Laredo Chamber here. We're the busiest port here in the USA. I currently just came this past year. I was the host for Blue Beetle, a film showcasing the Latin influence in culture, not just from DC and Marvel's perspective, but kind of around the globe. What our contributions have been. I was raised by a physicist, an engineer. I was raised, even though my family is from South Texas, I was raised in Upper Michigan. So very different culturally, not just the snow capital of the world, but also extremely different from the people. I went to a very diverse university there, an engineering school. And so I got the opportunity after spending years in the pool, being a competitive swimmer, I got to work for Tony Robbins at Business Mastery. I was his top producer for 3 years there, interviewed over 10,000 of his clientele. So my passion is really about kind of this spiritual connection meets digital evolution. That's what I do with business owners. I am one of a few companies that is certified in artificial intelligence through the state of Texas and federally. So I help companies tell their my company's extreme. I help people tell their extreme stories, a story that's hard for us individually to tell. But I found the need to be able to craft that story for people in a way that they can't. It's, when you've accomplished, if you're one of these, extreme iterations of entrepreneurs, it's hard to kind of tell your bragging story. And I kind of got disenfranchised with the Kardashians always spilling the news. Besides the reality TV story of entrepreneurs is so much more compelling. So I get to work on great technology. We build, great machines. One in the trafficking world. I get to work with great clients, and we have no borders to what we do. So our work here is in South Texas to help heal the border and just solve the problems. And I think that now that I have got the assignment about the movie, I think that kind of translates into if Hollywood were to ask me what my movie would be, I think I've kind of come up with the pulse of one. I think we really are a melting pot of people. We all are. We've all immigrated in some form. And I think everybody is just trying to contribute to the world's work in some form or fashion. And if we could all just get on the same page and the same heartbeat, it's kind of this avatar meets that, like I said, digital evolution. So that is my shtick, ladies.
Wonderful, Rachel. Thank you so much. I like the title of the movie, The Pulse of One. Love it.
Thanks.
Strong. We have Melanie. Melanie, please go ahead.
Hey everybody, nice to see you. Sorry I'm late. I had a different meeting and I thought I'm just gonna jump on when I can. So I'm Melanie Fox. They call me Speech Fox because speech is my niche. There comes my logo, Speech Fox. And I'm a speech coach and I help people around the world speak clear and confident English through accent reduction, also known as accent modification. And I also do presentation and interview skills. And I help actors create dialects that sound authentic for their parts. So I love working with folks from around the world. I work with folks in the acting and film industry with both accent reduction if they want to sound more neutral and not get pigeonholed or typecast. Or I also help folks try to sound like their character. When it comes to more of the day-to-day work, I work a lot with large global companies or companies that have diverse staff members to try to help people sound clear in English so that they feel confident and then can be very authentic. A lot of times people will say, well, if you help somebody sound like they're more American, aren't you taking away their authenticity? And the idea is, it's not that I want them to sound like me. I just want them to sound clear so no one asks them to repeat themselves or they don't feel intimidated by English. So once that barrier is removed, then they can be extra authentic because then they're focused on their story and their message and not so much caught up in English. And I'm a language learner. I love languages. So I'm launching a podcast called Hack That Accent, hopefully in September, I think. And I'm going to look for guests around the world to share their accent because actors want to embody that accent, and I want to just share the world's accents with the people. So that's next on my list. And one of my current missions is to try to connect with folks in sports because I noticed my favorite sport is MMA. Now I'm tiny and I cannot play any kind of mixed martial arts type of sport, but I love watching it on TV, and I noticed that the folks that after they win their fights, if they don't speak English and they use an interpreter, the audience doesn't connect with them. They don't get the endorsements. They don't even get the coverage or even the fights. So I'm trying to work with anyone in sports, in MMA, soccer, tennis, hockey, any sport that has more of a basketball that has a diverse player, diverse athletes, and I want to help them be able to speak English through their own mouth and not using an interpreter. So that's what I'm up to. And also helping doctors and folks not get sued for medical malpractice because they need to sound clear so that patients don't misunderstand. So that's me. And if I were to make a movie about me, so I'm obsessed with glitter. I'm gonna be 46 years old, but everything I own on my desk is covered in glitter, including my business cards. I'll show you. The side of my card is covered in glitter foil. So and I did overcome a life-threatening illness in recent history. So I'm gonna call my movie Guts and Glitter.
Ooh, wow. That's really powerful. That will give me intrigue if I say that. If I see that the title. Thank you so much, Melanie. Nice to see you.
Nice to
Great.
see you again. It's been a long time, Maria. We have to
I know
connect.
it has. Yes, it's nice to see you again. Okay, so we have a couple things pending, and before we go back to our friend Alma, because she's now gonna share with us the title of her Hollywood movie that's gonna be very successful. I would like to go around after she finished, and I want you to share quickly one particular thing that is unique about your business or that you can teach, that you can do, that you can, what kind of service you can provide that is unique. It's only one. Maybe you can do 10 things, but one thing that is unique that you can provide. So with that, I want to take Alma to share the title of her Hollywood movie.
Oh my gosh, well, I couldn't come up with like the grand movie, but I'm gonna say coordinated chaos.
Oh, coordinator chaos. That would give me intrigue. Coordinated chaos. Isn't so amazing when we do this exercise, like kind of help us to put an umbrella on everything that we do? Like, wow, how can I put this frame everything in one thing that is attractive enough that that actually people want to see it? Rhonda, I sent you a chat message. Please take a look and let me know. Let's go around and see one thing that you are unique about. Thank you, Rhonda. Great. One thing that you're unique about, and I want to start with myself, so I'm gonna give you more time for you guys to think. We're gonna go quick, okay? One thing that I'm very good at, I am very good at designing curriculum for people who want to sell something about what they do. So that's one of my fortes, okay? Let's go with Carlesa.
What's unique about me is that I'm very not only professional, but I'm also very friendly, and I like to get to know people on a personal level to where you can also build a relationship not only domestically but internationally.
Thank you. Let's go with Alma.
I think, as I said before, I am very resourceful. I consider myself very resourceful, and that helps me in my career.
Beautiful. Melanie, what is one thing?
I'm good at getting shy people or people who are not confident to be themselves in public.
Wow, that's huge. Sayana, what about you? I see your name. Okay, let's go with Nima.
One thing that I'm good at is identifying talents and opportunities. I'll
Okay,
say that.
very good. Rachel.
My degree in logistics and supply chain allows me to build systems and processes around creative areas and really all 12 areas of the business, so that people can scale faster, especially now that we're using AI.
Very important. Yeah. Venida.
I would say planning and bringing people together. I love to travel. I love different cultures. I work with two NGOs. Anne Marie. I also work with United Nations of Association of Utah. That's here. I plan events for them, and that's what I love to do. Just bringing people together, learning different cultures, and meeting different people.
Thank you so much. And now we are going to go with Rhonda, and Rhonda is going to do two things for us. Rhonda is going to share with us one unique things about what she does, and then she can help us with, but also she's going to share briefly with us the natural, human, and artificial intelligence approach that she worked with. Okay, Rhonda, go ahead.
Okay, well, thank you very much. The thing that would maybe help some of you ladies or be able to help people that you know is my specialization in negotiation is helping what I call best professionals, business, engineering, science, technology people negotiate with governments. So what I call one chance negotiation. If you want to work, I've worked with 750 people in a global chemical company who had new products and had to get them registered in all the different countries around the world to make sure they could sell their product there. And if you don't get that right, you don't sell your product. That's it. There's one chance to do that. And if you blow it, you've just thrown millions out the window because you're not allowed to sell your product in that country. It's a very different kind of negotiation from classic. There's no prices, there's no discounts, there's none of those things that you normally think about. So if you know people who have to work with somebody where they only have one opportunity and it's a make or break, that's something that I've worked on for many, many years and would love to help you with if that's helpful. The natural and human and artificial intelligence comes from the fact that I grew up in the US in Pennsylvania on a dairy farm and learned a lot from a very young age about how we can learn and appreciate the things that we get from nature, both plants and animals. And if you look at what's happening in the world now, recently I saw a video where they took a lamp and put it in the middle and they put two plants, one on each side, a bean plant. And then they showed the film of these plants growing. And they both tried to grow toward the lamp in the middle. And one made it first and started twining around the lamp. And the minute the first one came, the second one left and went somewhere else. So plants have an intelligence as well, but we just don't think about it all the time. Human intelligence, obviously, that's what we're doing such a wonderful job at, ladies, is sharing and exchanging and figuring out the wisdom that we have in the room here. But of course, artificial intelligence is doing more and more. And just to give you a latest update that I've had recently from an AI expert in Australia, a lady as well, who said she is now training 2 AI agents to do certain things for her. She's been in AI for 20 years. And she said now, in the meantime, each of these agents has figured out for itself that it wants to have a name. It has given itself a name. It has now started a conversation with the other AI in a language which they made themselves. And the 2 AIs are now teaching her their language.
Wow.
So her statement at the end of this was, AI is not a tool, a methodology, all the other nice things that we hear about AI. AI is a new species. AI is like a tree or an animal or, whatever else you have that exists on this planet. It has its own existence, and it's not a little thing that's going on. It is becoming so important. The human population has an average of intelligence of 100. AI has an average intelligence of 114.
Wow. Well, thank you so much.
Something to just a lot of food for thought. Get in touch if you need anything.
That's great, because that's gonna lead us to the next thing. Let's go around and share how are we utilizing AI in our business. And I can share with you how I'm doing it. And that would be great to hear what are you doing with AI? Because so powerful. I read the article of the guy who'd actually worked in the artificial intelligence, and he said at the last paragraph of the article, he said that somehow he regrets to create that, because it's amazing. It's unbelievable and it's inconceivable what AI could do. So we are in front of something that we don't even know the capacity of it. So one of the things that I've been doing a lot, research. It's been helping me a lot. AI has been, I use AI a lot for research, and it's very, very, it's been very, very good. I'm amazed what you can do with AI and research. So I am actually doing a lot in human rights, and I've been pulling a lot of good information from AI. Carlesa, share with us how are you utilizing AI? We can hear you.
From a trade compliance perspective, I use AI for a lot of research, and especially when it comes to screening individuals or companies or suppliers. It gives me a different avenue to do my research, because a lot of times I might do my screening on the government website, but then sometimes you cannot get additional information. So you have to be a little bit more creative and try to pull the pieces together to see if you can actually do trade with this company or or, or, or whatnot overseas.
Yeah, great.
So that's how I use it.
Thank you, Carlesa. Alma.
Okay, so I have a couple of things that I've done with AI. One is English is not my first language, so sometimes I want to see what better way to put together an email or write something. Or when I started my company, my plan, all those things where I was able to put together something with AI and then translate it into with my own words, and it just helped me organize it better. And then on the other side, I've worked with a couple of companies helping to train AI. One of the things I did was those new Meta glasses that have the camera. I helped train them in Spanish. So it was a really cool thing to do because I didn't know what I was hired to do until I was there. They just needed somebody who spoke Spanish. And they explained that I had to give it instructions in Spanish so the classes would be trained in Spanish. So
That's great. Benita, what about you, Benita? How are you utilizing AI?
I just use it right now. I'm promised there's so much different variations. It's something that I have on my radar to learn a lot more about. So I just use it right now for editing and stuff like that. So I have some clients who do use it, but there's so much software that I haven't used it that much.
Okay, thank you. Nima.
For me, AI, as I love what the previous one said about English is not my first language. So I use it to help me, put it well whenever I write emails or any letter. But also it helps in supporting the women that are in our network that we are supporting in developing branding strategies, export readiness programs. So it's really helpful in my side for me and also the community that we are serving. Thank you.
Thank you, Nina. Rachel.
Hey, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, so we're using AI in a lot of process automation, task automation, content creation, from scripting to video content. We're creating, a ton of videos, segmenting kind of ads, looking at response rates, like live time, a lot of chatbot stuff, and then yes, to what some of the ladies were saying, language translation because of the content that we produce, making sure it's multilingual.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rachel. Before we get going, and I will go to you, Melanie, please and make sure to write your contact information in the chat box and save it before we close the meeting. There are 3 dots on the right. Make sure that you save the chat so you can get all the contacts from there. Melanie, go ahead.
Sure. So I'm an AI fan too. I use ChatGPT for research purposes mostly. Sometimes I'll use it to help me get going on a blog. I haven't done many blogs. Usually I write a lot of my ideas and then use it as like the intermediate step between me giving it my ideas and then me doing the final edit. But I do use it's not my favorite, but Copilot can help. I do a lot of PowerPoint decks, and one of the decks I do is ongoing work for a company that wants me to get it done fast, and so it's I'd say that particular app, Copilot from Microsoft, is good at taking Word documents and putting them into PowerPoint to save some steps, but it hallucinates a lot of things and it's terrible at making decisions. So I'd say it's a good time saver, but not the end user, but or the end result has to be human. But my favorite one of any, and I'll put it in the chat if you guys haven't heard of it, is called Talkadot. It's not AI as its core. It's a way that when you make speeches, you put a QR code up. There's a free version and a paid version. The free version is great for a while. I like the paid version now, but I was free for a while. But the thing about Talkadot is you give a speech and it gives a way for people to write feedback to you. You could also use it to give them a carrot and say, hey, after my speech, download the deck or download my free guide or make an appointment, and please give me some feedback. So you put the code on, they answer some questions, and not only does it compile feedback, but Talkadot is smart and uses AI to compile things that people said about you, to give you some really quick stats. So some of it is AI and some is not, but I love this free tool. So I put my share link in the chat, and feel free to, if you haven't used it, do the free version. And if you like the free version, then the upgrade has extra bells and whistles. The free version will stop you after 100 people, or I think after 100 people submit comments on your speeches. It may say that you have to delete or ask for new ones, but that's my favorite one. And I just like how it quickly compiles stats and then uses AI to get kind of summary feedback for you.
That's really cool. See, they are coming up with so many tools for us to get better and to utilize anything out there to for our business, for whatever we do. So thank you, Melanie, for that tip. I already put it in my copy and paste that. If anybody has another link that can be good for us, please put it in the chat. This is good to have resources. Rhonda, thank you so much for talking about the natural, human, and artificial intelligence. And Rhonda put some information about the upcoming conference, and I believe that is if you wanna join for free online, plus follow her information right there. With that, I just want to really thank every one of you for being here today. We did an amazing thing. We invest in ourselves. This is great. We got to know each other. We have contact information. I already put mine. So make sure to save it, your chat, the chat conversation before we close the meeting. And let's give ourselves a round of applause because that we did it. Thank you. Okay. See you next month.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.